So it's the stories we tell ourselves.
Yeah. And it goes into my lesson, thoughts versus facts. How much of my story is thoughts that I'm making up that I just create versus real facts, right? First, we talk about ourselves, like get to know ourselves.
Talk about ourselves, yes.
Then we talk about our thoughts and our stories and why how that plays out. And to me, it plays out in two ways. One, you're the only one suffering in these stories, no one else. And two, it's just drama that like you suffer and you waste a bunch of time in this dramatic story that you're looping around in your head, right? And then the results you're getting from these stories usually aren't very good. Now, what you want to do is, like you said, your perceptors make it hard, and that's on you to change them, not the other person and how they're acting. And so therefore you need to master your self-talk. So the next thing is we don't want to just deny how you're thinking and feeling, right? Like feelings should be validated. We don't want to push feelings away. Because they're true to you at that moment, right? Something's making you feel sad, mad, frustrated, nervous, unconfident, whatever it is, those are true feelings. But how you deal with emotions it has a whole nother lesson to it, right? You can't blame people for how you're feeling. You can't react to your emotions, or else that's just going to get you in trouble. And it's not going to move you forward when you react to your emotions. So like one thing I could do right now, reacting to my emotion about being nervous that my brother doesn't want to talk to me because he hasn't texted me back in a couple of days, is I could just pick up the phone right now. And believe me, I've thought about it all day, all morning. Like, let me just grab the phone and call him and just yell at him. Like, really? You think it's cool that you don't text me back? Why aren't you texting me back? Does that mean you don't like me? Like, I could just go off and have a complete meltdown on my brother because my emotions right now are so pissed and so nervous and so hurt that he's not texting me back that I actually want to pick up the phone and give him a piece of my mind. Now that is a terrible way to react.
Thank you for clarifying that, because I was just nodding along like, yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. But don't do that.
Yeah. And don't do that, because that's only going to make you look worse and not solve the problem and not get you closer to your brother. It's curiosity that you should actually go into the conversation with. If you're really curious, hey, is something wrong? I didn't get a text back from you. I'm just checking in again. That's what you want to do. The moral of the story, don't react to your emotions. So how do you deal with your emotions? That's the next chapter, is how do you deal with your emotions? Because they are going to they are there, they're real. So how do we deal with our emotions? And then the next chapter is just that. Every one of my chapters is built around thoughts, because thoughts are the entire problem. The limiting beliefs are thoughts. Stories are thoughts. Emotions, why you have emotions, are based on how you're thinking. So everything that I teach, the entire 4 weeks, is about thoughts. The other thought for the chapter 4 is, I don't have enough time in my day to do my job. Everybody comes to me with emergencies all day, so I can't do my real work. I'm exhausted. Those are all thoughts that you can't, and you're not governing your productivity very well. You're not governing your day to focus on what you need to get done. Based on your thoughts, you're letting the day run you versus you being super focused and running the day. So every single chapter, whether it's productivity and managing yourself, whether it's thinking about yourself, whether it's thinking of stories about other people, whether it's emotions that you're having, those are all the cornerstone is our thoughts. That's mindset work. Mindset work is all about managing your thoughts, because that is what triggers all of these things not going well in your life.
And also determines our energy.
And determines
how energetic we are, right?
Our results. Exactly. I mean, thoughts create our emotions, they create our energy and our behavior, and they create our results. So every example I'm giving, whether it's about feedback, whether it's you don't think you're good enough to present, whether it's you think that there's too many emergencies each day to deal with, so you can't get your job done. Every single one of those are thoughts. And I teach how to deal with those thoughts, mindset strategies to deal with those thoughts.